is the Being Your Own CEO Success Circle. And this morning we are going to be looking at the various things that saved our bacon and what kinds of learning experiences we've had in the past year. My name is Lowell Ann, and in my coaching and consulting work, I help solopreneurs stay focused and motivated as we take their business to the next level using some simple structure and some pretty easy technology. So we'll be right back after this. Greetings wherever you are, and welcome to Being Your Own CEO. This is a weekly success circle intended as a support, especially for solopreneurs. We get together because we enjoy each other's company. We also like exchanging ideas and information, and we do lots of experimenting. We all give and receive support. You can discover what we stand for by looking at the operating principles on the VCP page, which is on my website, beingyourown.ceo.com. I want to welcome any viewers that might be out there and invite them to check in by adding a comment in the comment stream off to the right. And so now it's time for the members of the panel to introduce themselves. So please be brief. Tell us your name and where you are and what you do, and share something that is outstanding for you right now, something that's happening, something you're looking forward to, whatever. So let's see. I think Bill, you were the first one here, so how would you like to introduce yourself?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Bill Graham. I'm coming to you from Innisfil, Ontario, in Canada, where it's -8 degrees this morning Celsius.
Ooh.
I'm the owner and human at Shy Guy Productions, where we endeavor to get everybody live streaming, regardless of your technical ability. And that's basically what we do.
Right on. And I just want to publicly thank you, Bill, for the time that you spent with me doing the troubleshooting based on our the disaster that happened last week. And we did figure out what it was. And we made a few changes within the OBS, Open Broadcast Software, that I'm using this morning, and I'm needing to pay a little closer attention because there's a couple of new steps there, but I do so appreciate your expertise and the time that you spent with me, Bill.
Oh, my pleasure, Lola.
Yeah, right on. Okay.
And the lesson learned, test, test, test.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, I could fill a whole half hour of lessons learned for me in the past year. So, right on. And Javita, I think you were the next one. So how would you like to introduce yourself? You have to unmute yourself.
Namaste, all of you. I'm Shubhangi from India, and I'm a Reiki master teacher, and I'm passionate about energy healing.
Aha. And what's the temperature there? Are you in summer now or winter?
Now it's moving towards winter. not not in the summer, not in the winter.
Oh, okay. So in between.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, welcome here. Happy that you were joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let's see who was next. Vivek, I think you were next. Maybe Alana. I can't remember which was which. So Vivek, you're already unmuted. So go ahead.
Namaste. My name is Vivek Anand, and people call me Vivek. I believe in simplicity. So, because simplicity is the ultimate in sophistication. So, that's what I aim to do, and very often I am successful in achieving that, but not always. But that's the aim.
Mm-hmm.
So I am in England, UK. At the moment, it is 5:15 nearly in the evening. It's a cold day here. Not very cold, but still cold. I think it is 8 degrees or something.
Oh yeah, that's about what it is here too.
8 degrees centigrade, and been a cloudy day. So.
Right. So I will have more to say about something that Vivek has created, and that in terms of something that has saved my bacon. So I'll save that for later. But I do want to acknowledge that Vivek has created something that's really valuable, and some of the rest of you are going to find it valuable as well. So welcome here, Vivek. Oh, and Fred, you got your camera going. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I can't unmute myself. Wait.
You are on mute. We can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yes.
Oh. I've got some challenge with my screen and everything, but yeah, I'm Fred Jones. I'm currently in Melbourne, Australia, where it's 4:15 in the morning, and it's 17 degrees centigrade. So nice. It's going to warm up to around 23, 24, I think today. So it's being in the middle of summer. But I thought I'd join you. I'm work with young people with ourfutureleaders.ca is my website. Help them, coach them with their leadership and communication skills to help them become the leaders that our world needs. So, and I'm looking forward to this session, having got up so early in the morning to join you.
I'm so impressed. Not that I haven't been up at 4 in the morning a few times in the past month myself. As we get older, we wake up at weird times.
That's true. I agree. Anyway, it's nice to be here and see all the friendly faces once again.
Right. So I'm really happy that you joined us. I'm impressed. So let's see. I think David. I've lost track of the order in which people came now. So, David, go ahead.
I think we're all patient. I'm Dave Flannery with Affordable Websites for Small Businesses and United Country Sauk Valley Realty. It's been an interesting week. We're trying to get our holiday list together and send out cards and get that all done, and just a nick of time. and I was out on already out doing a sewer inspection and a home inspection, and now I'm here. So busy day.
Right on. So I'm happy you made it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm monitoring the chat, and as of right now, Vivek has said namaste from England, UK. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Aha. Right on. So thank you for monitoring that, because it's for a person sort of guiding a conversation. It's really difficult to stay on top of that the commenting as one should. So
you are welcome.
yeah, I really appreciate that. So Alana, oh, you lost your Christmassy top.
My little hat, my little Christmas hat.
Yeah.
Believe me, I'm no angel. I'm Alana, coming to you from Ireland, and my company is ALB Digital Marketing Solutions, where I help people maintain and work on websites for them as well. And I also have my own website, emptynester.blog.com. That's unfortunately been a little neglected recently. I suppose the only thing I'm really thrilled about is that my internet connection hasn't crapped out yet. So that must mean that my little fix today worked. I had to put in a TP link and give it a bit of a boost in order to get a decent connection wirelessly. So yeah, that's working now. So happy.
Oh, it wasn't wearing metal around your head that improved your signal?
No. I actually had to have the Virgin guys come out, and they were out yesterday, and they told me what was wrong and why it was wrong, and 2.4 gigahertz versus 5G, whatever. Anyway, it's sorted, so it seems. So
Well, that's
yeah,
good.
and I'm freezing. I'm always cold. Like Ireland, it's been cold and damp and rainy for weeks now, and I'm just pretty sick of it myself.
Yeah. Well, it's cold and damp and rainy here too, Alana, in case you...
Okay. I feel better now.
Yeah. Yes, my friend Robin and I walked early this morning, and when I left the house here at 6:30, it was teeming. But then we went for coffee first. We always go for coffee first, and then by the time we came out of the coffee shop, it had it had reduced down to just sprinkles. So I was kind of happy about that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, because there's nothing worse than trying to walk in rain, because to me that's...
Well,
yeah, it's not fun.
I'm using my walking sticks now, and you can't do walking sticks and an umbrella both at the same time.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
You'll have to develop a new accessory.
Yeah, right. Oh dear. Anyway, so happy you're here, Alana.
Thank you.
And Nancy, how are things with you?
Well, they're going very well. Thanks, Lolan. Thank you for hosting again today. And I really appreciated that email yesterday with the heads up with the end of the year topic. I thought that was really spot on. So I'm Nancy Kreitz here in Victoria, BC. A little blustery and a little wet out there, but nothing we can't handle. If this is winter, I will take it. And I'm all about Hygge for health. And Hygge is about simplicity. And I really believe that we run around everywhere looking for solutions and spending a lot of money and energy and effort on trying to build our health. And you can reduce your inflammation, build your energy and your really strong immune system simply, safely, and affordably. So that's what I'm all about, is keeping it simple and helping people out. And I also teach Qigong here in Victoria and around the world via Zoom. So I believe that there are just a couple of things that go together that can really make zoom you right up into a whole new level of health and well-being. And right now, you guys, vitamin D. We've all been talking about the sun, except for Fred. He's got lots down there. And but the vitamin D, well, that's our winter sunshine. So
Absolutely.
just to let you know.
Yep. It's great to have you here. Now, I just need to make sure I've covered everybody. Let me just run my item back and forth here. I think I have everybody. So, this morning, now, just so everybody who might happen to be watching this down the road, I should explain kind of something that happened. I did send everybody, our panel members, our regular panel members, I sent them a message letting them know what our topic was going to be this morning, because I knew they would need some time to think about it. It would be sort of difficult to just sort of talk about all of this off the top of your head. So that's what Nancy was referring to. and the topic came to me because of a conversation I was actually having with Jay. I ran into a significant problem with my lowland.com website that meant that I needed to go in and amend all 200 blog posts that are on that site. And the links to all of the links that were in all of those blog posts and all of the images, the links to the images, had to be amended. Oh my word! I spent a lot of time on that. However, having this conversation with Jay, he says, "Oh, there's a plugin that will take care of that." So I discovered the search and repair plugin. And so I was able to upload that and make use of it. It took a little bit of time to figure out how to use it, despite the fact that there didn't seem to be very much instruction around how to use it. So it took a bit of messing around figuring out how to use it. But once I did, the problem was solved. And I mean, once you've got that problem solving thing, I mean, it saved me so much time. So it started me thinking about all the things that happen and that we discover that save our bacon. And we were earlier, Bill and I were talking about, so what do we mean exactly by saving my bacon? Does that mean that something is just a little bit more convenient? Or is it going to really, I mean, if it saves you a lot of time, it's going to save you money. I mean, I guess we could talk forever what saving my bacon means. But so I realized that there could be a number of people who we're all solopreneurs managing our own websites and so forth, and that plugin was a godsend to know about. So again, it's called Search and Repair, and it's a WordPress plugin. So I have some other things that I would like to share, but I just wondered if anybody had. I should say lesson learned, yeah, because instead of me going in there and taking the long way around, the lesson learned is I should have gone out to my community, you folks, and or some other communities that I belong to, and asked the question, this is what happened. Can anybody think of a shortcut I could do to save me having to do this one by one? So my lesson learned was go ask your community before you waste any more time. So I wondered if anybody else had any kind of an app or a plugin or a software that really saved their bacon.
Just as you were saying that, Jay just joined. I don't know whether you noticed.
No, I didn't see him. You want to introduce yourself before we go any further, Jay?
Hello, my name is Jay. My company is Magic Studios, where we get started in the world of online marketing through coach, consulting, and training. Happy to be here.
You really should practice that, Jay.
Wow.
I think Jay's ears were burning.
Yeah, he must have been. Your ears were burning.
Yeah.
I
Jay's ears were burning. He knew we were talking about him.
Oh dear. So, given the heads up that you all got, was there a plug-in, a software, or an app that saved your bacon? Anybody want to jump in? David.
The app that saves my bacon quite a bit, and it did at least 3 times this year, is All-in-One Migration.
Oh, yes.
I use it as my backup and my moving sites to different hosting or to different copy a site to a new domain, and having those backups, because I've religiously, anytime I'm going to do anything major to the site, anytime I'm going to upgrade plugins, in particular with the new Gutenberg, I back it up, and then I start doing the work. And let me tell you, it's so great to discover you're halfway into something and it's not working, and it's you've been working for 2 hours and it's not working, and you need to start back where you started and just boom, pop it right back in, and away you go. And it, instead of trying to retrace your steps. And the lesson I'm learning is how much fun Gutenberg is. I'm having fun with it. It doesn't like it doesn't like some plugins.
Yes, we knew that was going to happen, didn't we?
Oh, yeah. I had one that I was using to copy one page. My reviews are just they're pretty much the same. You just change the information, the specifications on it, and then add new writing to it. And I was trying to duplicate a page so I could just fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
And it didn't like playing with that at all. It would change stuff as I was going along and remember stuff that I deleted and all this good stuff.
Yeah. So, David, that's a topic for another day. That whole Gutenberg thing, we all know that that's going to come. But I agree with you with that all-in-one migration. Actually, I had occasion to use it once or twice this year as well. And I think it was you that told me about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Tony and Craig were also involved in that conversation.
Yes.
But I informed them of it, and they've been using it quite a bit. It seems to be the easiest one that I have found to do this kind of work. And it's really nice in that you don't have to worry about changing all your links.
Yes.
It does it automatically for you, which is really nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a major one for everybody. Write it down. All-in-one migration. Anybody else have? And I guess the lesson learned is that for you, what I heard in there was that if you do that, if you back up, then you're not you're not left high and dry with a lot of wasted time, etc. Yeah.
Yeah, when you need a backup, there's nothing greater than having it right there.
Yeah. And
having it current.
Right on. So that's a really good one. Anybody else have any great things that saved their bacon?
I've got lots. I can roll off lots of different tools that I use that, maybe not save my own bacon, but it helps my clients in terms of reputation management. And one is basically software that I developed, or an app that I developed, in terms of being alerted when someone leaves a negative review.
Oh, yeah.
Client. So we get notified when something, negative happens, whether it be through social channels or through, Google review system. So that way we can decide what to do in terms of, because it's important to reply to negative reviews
immediately.
Yeah. So getting notified when a review comes in is pretty important. So that certainly saved my clients, and I guess my own reputation management for that matter. So that's that's great, and that's what I really like. Google Drive has actually certainly helped in terms of being able to find something that you may thought has been lost. So I have an unlimited Google Drive. I've got lots of backups and lots of hard, like cloud redundant hosting. So I'm thankful for that in terms of being able to back up stuff. And so if Lord forbids my computer blows up, I have a backup. So
that's true. Google Drive is in many ways, it is that for everybody. Google Drive is because you've got something there. It doesn't matter which device you're using. You can go in and access what you need. Yeah, that's a good point, Jay. Yeah.
So, and I've also started using a tool called SE Ranking, which is it's like an SEO-based site audit type of tool. It was introduced to me actually through an ad on Instagram.
Really?
And and so far I'm really happy with it. The other tool is for SEO would be Ahrefs.
Say again?
Ahref. So like how you link. Well,
Ahref. Okay, thank you.
It's basically Ahrefs.
Oh, FS. Oh. So what does it do?
It's if you've heard of SEMrush.
Yes.
It's similar to that, where it does a little bit more backlink audit tool. So where you can find out if there's any negative backlinks, or not very good quality or spammy backlinks that are pointing to a specific site or a domain. You can then go into Webmaster Tools and disavow the backlink, because lots of bad backlinks pointing to your site or your domain can have an adverse effect on your rankings.
No kidding.
Yeah, so it's good to have a tool like that. So,
is it a plugin or what?
No, it's a website. It's a web app. Yeah, so you log in. It's expensive. It's not cheap. It starts out at $100 a month. But they do have a 7-day trial for $7.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, but also comparable. For the novice user, I think SE Ranking is a good tool to work with.
It is.
Yeah, it's much more affordable. Also.
Right.
Just because it's the new kid on the block.
And it's also a web app?
Yeah.
Okay. Right on. Right.
Lastly, Search Console is really, I think, is a really important tool that I couldn't live without.
Right. Yes. I was recommending that to somebody just recently. Yeah, it certainly is something that, well, and certainly not just the console, but the other one that tells you where tells you about the traffic to your site.
Yeah, there's. I just remember there's one. There's a plugin called Search and Replace. Was that?
That's what I started us off talking about. Search and replace. Oh
Cool.
my word! What a godsend! Why didn't I know about that the week before?
Well, you should have talked to me first, right?
Lesson learned.
Oh well.
Lesson learned.
I'll call it a character building moment. So.
Oh, that's an interesting way to put it.
Yeah.
Yes, a character building moment. Okay. So there's a good number of things. And by the way, in terms of the reputation management, Jay, I had a reason to call a cab recently, and I basically all I did was go to Google Maps. When I'm trying to find any business in Victoria, I open Google Maps and just type it in, and up pops what I'm looking for. So up popped several different local cab companies, and one of them had sort of like a 4.5 star reviews, and the rest of them had nothing. And I went, I bet you that's the one that Jay works for. So when I called it, and the driver came, and I told him, I said, did you know that this is how I found you? This is the reason I chose you. Oh, he said, I had no idea. So I thought, well, some of the drivers need to be aware of that. So
you're preaching to the choir, because I relayed that information. There's a very large disconnect in terms of marketing between the drivers and dispatch.
And I figured that out. So I thought, well, I should share that with him. And he was quite interested, actually. Yeah. So there you go. I knew it was. I knew just by looking at it, this is gonna be Jay's company.
This has got Jay's hands all over it. Right?
Yeah. So that was kind of fun. I enjoyed sort of divulging all of that to the driver and the reaction. That was fun. So thank you, Jay. Now let's see, Nancy. I think you texted me. Or no, you emailed me that you had something you were ready to share.
Yeah, I do. Well, I'm kind of new to all this tech stuff, as anyone who's worked with me knows. And to me, it's not about an app. To me, it's about a series of events or situations that have led me to grow like way beyond what I ever imagined. Mm-hmm. And it started with you, Lolan, and this group here. And through that, getting involved with Wealthy Affiliate, which took things up to a whole new level, learning all their training, right? I realized the website just isn't about looking pretty. It's actually supposed to be a bit of a store or a tool mm-hmm. for marketing, a marketing tool or a home for your marketing. And from there, I worked with Alana, kind of on hold, but we're still there. And then Jay's program. And I got to say, okay, it's like light years. I have moved light years, and it's with support. I'm not going to say I have learned about a specific plugin that works well. I'm learning about, and I'm experiencing such amazing shifts and understanding in terms of the online world. That's all I'd like to say today. But next year I'll probably have a couple of plugins that I love. Now there's a gazillion things going on. That thank you to all of you here in this group for being so supportive. And I'm not really in this world yet. Getting there.
Well, wait till you get our bill.
Exactly. I hope you have a payment plan.
And I'm next.
Well,
I'm really very grateful, and it's just changed. It's like light years from where I was. Mm-hmm. So thank you, Lolan, for being the catalyst there.
Well, my pleasure. And I mean, this is what this group is all about, and it's really, really heartening to hear that that the idea that we have is working for somebody. So that's awesome.
Yeah, very powerful.
Yeah, and I have to also say that I mean, Nancy and I are both coaching clients of Jay's, and I can't tell you the things I've learned from Jay. So, when next year rolls around and you have the opportunity to dive into Jay's coaching program, you want to dive in. Let me tell you. So
I agree with that statement. I'm also in the same program.
I know you are.
Yeah, it's helped out tremendously.
Yeah. So, I mean, there is so much to know and so much to learn, and I have to say, I just have to say this. Friday night's webinar, Jay's Friday night webinar about blogging in WA. I wasn't able to be there personally, but I listened in last night, and I went, oh my God, there's a step in there I've been missing. I couldn't believe it. So I mean, all of this stuff one does not acquire simultaneously all at once. I mean, it's a growth exercise. I mean, when you're ready for it, it's great to belong somewhere where when you're ready for it, you can find it. So that's cool. So
I just wanted to add to the blogging webinar, the targeted keyword that we tried to rank for is already on page 2.
It's already ranking. Yeah, right. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. So, and Nathan, I see you there. We haven't seen you for a while. Would you like to introduce you? Because there may be some people here that you haven't met before,
Yeah,
or
sure.
haven't met you.
Yeah, that's true. It's been a while. My name is Nathan Siegel. I'm currently hailing from Mexico. I'm house sitting right now on the shores of Lake Chapala on a house sitting assignment where I'm taking care of 4 guinea pigs and a house full of plants. And yeah, my thing is helping people overcome self-sabotage and dissociative amnesia.
Right on.
Yep.
So when you mentioned Mexico, it just reminded me that I need to say to everyone, Anna did respond to the email that I sent out to everyone, and said that she was caught up in one of her activities, local activities in Mexico, but to please give her season's greetings to everyone, and to say that she would be back with us in the new year. So there was that, and also I had a response from Heidi, who is hosting her own thing right around the same time. So she was unable to attend this morning, but wanted to express her season's greetings to everyone. So Nathan, thank you for being there, because you reminded me by saying Mexico that I needed to pass that on. So it's funny the way my memory works. So, Bill, were you waving that you had something that you wanted to share with everyone?
Well, I did, but everybody already said it already. So, no, you know me, I can't let this go. The one plug-in that saved my bacon, well, and continues to save my bacon, is a very simple one that's in the kitchen, and I plugged the freezer in, and it's compatible with all the bacon we put in there, keeps it frozen. Saves it, essentially. But no, in seriousness, and you and I talked about this last night, so you can confirm that I'm not just jumping on the bandwagon here. But for me, I don't think I push I don't push things to the limit that some of the people here do. So I don't really need my bacon saved per se. But what I am really grateful for is the communities that I belong to, that I can instantly go in, ask a question. I won't be judged for being stupid or dumb or whatever. People will give me their best answer. And I've made a lot of friendships with people that now I can just go and sit there and talk and, you know, maybe talk to them about things that I wouldn't talk to most other people about.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for me, other than the plug-in in the kitchen that I plug the freezer into, my communities are probably the most important support system that I have, including this one.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of 2 or 3 that I'm very active in, and I appreciate them all.
Yes. Yeah. So I see you, Fred. Just a sec. The other thing that, while we're on this topic, I think that I did say that Bill has been willing to spend time with me, etc., and learning all this OBS stuff. And the hotkeys, I would say that the hotkeys really saved my bacon. It's just made life so much easier to do things. So there's another that was another thing that was good. So Fred, what about you?
Yeah, I had to disappear for a while. I don't think my computer liked getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So anyway, the one thing that's really helped me actually in the past couple of years is I track my time, what I do every day, on a spreadsheet.
Oh.
And that spreadsheet just gives me a color code of what I've been doing, how much time I spent exercising, where my day goes. Did I do anything that I wanted to accomplish? And just time tracking. And I listened to a radio broadcast on the CBC radio. I remember very distinctly, and they're interviewing this lady, and she was talking about it, and I could download that. It's just an Excel spreadsheet.
Really?
And you can get them not hers, but you can get hers probably, but you can just go in time tracking spreadsheets. And I've been doing it for years, and I can see in a week, color code, how much time I've spent where. And that is important because sometimes you get sucked into things and say, oh, I just spent an hour and a half watching YouTube. I didn't need to. And I can see it. And I'm just by those things in red say, well, maybe those weren't productive. And the green things are more productive. And the light blue means I've been spending where I really want to spend my time. And in 1 week, every week, and I've been doing it for a long time, and it's quite remarkable. At least I am aware of where I spend my time on a daily basis.
So Fred, so what do you do? Do you keep the spreadsheet open all the time, or do you sort of just wait to the end of the day and talk about the process of making use of that?
I can show you the spreadsheet if you want. And let me share my screen, and I've got one up here. I keep it open though. The answer is I keep it open.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we can find the right page here. Share screen, and I'll make it full page.
Wow! Look at that.
And maybe make it a little bit bigger. And that shows, that was the dates, and the green was my exercise. The light blue, are you seeing it?
Yes. Yeah.
The light blue is, I did my blog post and I posted it that day, and and other videos. So the light blue is really where I want to spend time on our future leaders, but also it shows me the groups that I've been at and any social events. This is social where I spent time with people. That's the red.
Yeah.
Then I go to Toastmasters meetings. I go to one on Monday. I went to one on the Wednesday, and then I have young people that I meet with as well.
Right.
And so I go, for example, on a Saturday morning, etc. And so I do a lot of. This is the one on the Saturday morning at Saanich. This one is the one on Victoria. These are the two young youth programs.
Yeah.
And
wow.
so that's but I get an idea of where I spent my time during the week, and I keep it open. And every hour or two, I say, "What did I do in the last hour?" And I just go and I click on that word. How do I spend my time? And that, we all have only 24 hours in the day, and we have to sleep. So this way, I can see what I've done and what I haven't done, and if I did have a shower that day or not. So.
Right. So I'm looking. So you've got it broken down to every half hour, and then the days across the top.
Yeah.
So and then the first column is a sort of a color coding.
Yeah.
And then how to use. Wow. Cool.
Yeah.
So
and that's the one I downloaded from the CBC website a few years ago, and this really keeps me on track. Or what am I doing?
Right.
Am I wasting my time or not?
So
Fred, I was just going to say, Fred, you really need to get out and do some more things in your life.
Right. Look at the colors. Look at all the colors. Right.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have a few shower events you could fill in with something more important. For me, that would be useful to do on once in a while, but it strikes me I would spend more time. I would get so obsessive about filling that stupid thing in that I would waste more time doing that.
You got to be careful of that, but I find over the years it's just it's so part of me now that I just do it every day for the last time. But it does keep me focused.
Yeah.
Or not realize that I wasn't focused. So
it also gives you a great picture of relevancy of time. Like, it's fine to know that in 2 weeks you have to do something for 2 days on a project, but it's nice to be able to look at that and I use spreadsheets for everything. Like designing my website, I have pages, then sub-pages, then and all of that stuff, and it just gives you a great tool to visualize what normally you have to just kind of imagine, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
it's been very helpful to me. It sort of keeps me focused and find out where I'm spending my time. So it's been very helpful.
Right on. So thank you for that. I shall Google that and see if I can find anything. It would be a great boon if I could find one of those without having to design it myself. So
it's the kind of thing that you have to design yourself, though, because it's very personal. And that's probably the cool thing about Google Sheets, is that you can design it personal.
Yes, I know. And so now that we're on Google Sheets, I want to share something with you that Vivek has been working on. And this actually saved my bacon this week. So Vivek has created something called ELF, and using Google Sheets, and because I use his Chipmunk tool that is also created in Google Sheets, that the Chipmunk sends out the notifications to your calendar and your email about this success circle. So here I was realizing that I was having a topic this morning that I knew people would need some time to think about, and I wanted to figure out what's the best way to send everybody an email. So Vivek went in and created ELF. So talk a little bit more about it, Vivek, because it worked it just worked really, really well. So that email that you got from me was sent to you using ELF. So can you share the screen? Can you share anything that people would be able to see?
At the moment, I have a screen here which is about the lessons I have learned in the past year.
Oh.
So
But I wanted you to share what ELF was all about because
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Probably I'll
He's
share
prepared
this
an
first.
entire presentation.
Elf is
No,
on the shelf.
not a presentation as such, but just one screen.
Okay, go
Uh,
ahead.
These are the lessons that I have learned. All the rules are my rules. I am responsible for everything. What is there right now is all there is. It cannot be any other way. I am not this body. I am not this mind. And I am a mother to the world. So it's, yeah, it is quite philosophical there and so on and so forth. But those are the lessons I have learned during the last year, 2018. And my plan, my aim is to remind me of these things every day. So I'm supposed to remember them every hour, but that really doesn't happen. But at least every day. So that's the lessons I have learned. So let me bring up the sheet about the.
I like
ELF.
those. I like those expressions, and I think those were would be valuable things to remind ourselves of every day. Boy,
Yeah.
when you can focus on those things, I mean, your stress level just goes down, goes down, goes down. So, yeah. So many people in today's work world are so stressed by so many things that if they could remind themselves of those lessons, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to.
So now
open
let's
ELF.
look at ELF.
Yeah.
So ELF. So I had as part of the chipmunk, I have it's a spreadsheet, and I have a list of all the regular panel members. So we had that list, and I wanted to find a way to send a message to just the panel members. So Vivek put this together, and
So
yeah, go ahead.
actually, what happened was we were talking, chatting on the Hangout text messages, and then she said, Loveland said, I'll put something together in a spreadsheet and share it with you. So she shared it with me, and then I went and added bit of code, bit of buttons. There is in UK at least there is a very popular what's it called, drama, which happens, and buttons is a character there. But anyway, maybe you remember what that is.
A drama. No.
Anyway, yeah. What happens is typically when Loveland uses the chipmunk, this regular panel members is filled with the panel member their details. So
Yeah. So you're in there right now because you were testing it.
yes,
But my version has a line for each panel member.
yeah.
Right.
So that is the spreadsheet, but there is a lot of code behind this. Let me bring the code. there are a lot of
Yeah.
Vivek, that is some of the cleanest code that I've seen. That's pretty awesome. Now, it's not JavaScript. What is GS?
Google App Script.
Okay, but it's JavaScript based, right?
It's very similar to Java, yes,
Yeah.
JavaScript based, but it is the keyword there is based, so it's not exactly. But anyway, yeah. So these are the text messages that I mean, these are the lines you saw. Some of you might recognize the words there. This is what you received in that email.
Yeah.
And I'm not able to move.
Oh, it seems to be frozen, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Because maybe.
So one of the applications that I see here is for somebody who is starting up with a brand new website and who wants to create an email list and doesn't want to or can't afford to go with, all the big ones like MailChimp and all of that. So basically what somebody with a brand new website could just put a Google form somewhere on their website where somebody would fill in that form and say they would like to join or they would like to receive, let's say they would like to receive all of the blogs in the future. And so the names from that form would go into a spreadsheet like this, and there's ELF that would allow you to go in and send a message. Just that simple. Really, really simple. So I see a huge application for this ELF. So I'm encouraging Vivek to finish it. He hasn't. It's not quite finished yet. Like the top button there, where you could go in and put your message. He didn't have that quite finished because we had a time constraint when we were doing this. I knew
the emails had to be sent before today's event. So.
Yes. So
he was saving your bacon, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So I was just it certainly saved my bacon. So
it's the keyword there probably is saving the bacon, not cooking a meal for you.
Right.
Not frying. I mean, you want crispy bacon, whatever. No, that's not.
But the question is it regular bacon or is it Canadian back bacon?
Yeah, right. Yes. And I'm guessing that a lot of people wouldn't understand what that means, Nathan. I mean,
probably not, but the bit about the bacon is probably something that would go over the head of many people. Like some of the students I have, if I said that to them, what did you just say?
Right. Canadian back bacon is a different kind of bacon, and it is we're famous for it. It's I mean, when you normally buy bacon, it's in these long fatty strips, and Canadian back bacon is almost like a slice of a pork chop that's mostly meat and just a little tiny bit of fat on it. So
great for pizza.
Yeah, right on.
That sounds like what we have here, but we call them rashers.
Yeah.
That expression saving the bacon reminds me of the other expression I had mentioned some time ago. Bob is your uncle.
Oh yes, I know.
And Fanny's your aunt. Bob's your uncle and Fanny's your aunt. What else do you want to know about?
Oh, Fanny's your aunt.
people
I've
down
never
here that
heard
spoke
that
Canadian.
part.
Well, my previous major relationship is a Brit. So we used to have expressions like that all the time. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt.
Oh,
Playing cribbage, and I wind it was 0, and she said, what you got? And I said, I got what Patty shot at. She's going, oh yeah, dick. It's typical English, conversation.
yeah, right. Okay, so
But it is very culture based.
yes,
and
it is. Yeah,
doesn't make sense to somebody from a different culture.
yeah,
or-
it's true.
The
So
culture-based stuff can be a lot of fun depending on what happens. Like one of my favorite expressions in English is butterfingers. Well, that doesn't translate very well into Spanish.
oh, Butterfingers. Yes, there's another one. Yeah. That's another. We're getting into another topic, which I could talk for a long time on, but I want to make sure that everybody has a chance to share their major learnings from the year and any things that saved their bacon. So, what about you, Javita? Anything? Any experiences or items that saved your bacon?
A plugin called calls to action is really helpful because it creates a call to action per page
So
according
it's
to the subject.
it's a WP plugin.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's WP plugin. Yes.
Yeah.
So you can make a call to action relevant to your pages.
Aha. Right on. So that's when you're creating new website pages, etc. Yeah.
Yeah, for each page and each post, you can create a call to action.
A different one.
Yeah, and you can save it, and you can use alternatively for each post.
Aha. So
Like if you are writing post about wealthy affiliate, like hosting and all, education and all that, the major subjects of WordPress, wealthy affiliates.
mhm.
So you can create a call to action for each topic, and you don't have to then make every time a new call to action. You can use that call to action on each page and post.
Mm-hmm. Well, I certainly will take a look at that because I'm right in the middle of creating a new website. So that'll be worth looking at.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So how did you discover it?
Actually, I discovered it by accidentally. Since I'm just searching WP plugins, all the directory of plugins.
Uh-huh.
So I found it very interesting. So I tried on my demo website,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really helpful.
Right on. So there's another sort of learning experience is that having a demo website that doesn't get indexed or whatever, that's one of the great benefits of Wealthy Affiliates WA, is that you've got that capability of having a demo site where you can go in and try things out without messing up your regular website.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really, really, really valuable for sure. So thank you for that, Javita. I shall have a look for sure. Now, who am I missing? Oh, Nathan, what about you? Did you find, is there anything that you thought saved your bacon in the last year? Or a major learning experience?
Well, the major learning experience came recently, and this is where I've been eating a fair bit of crow as of late. I announced to a lot of people that I had been picked to do a TED Talk. Well, it turns out that the TED Talk was fraud.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't an actual real event. There was no connection to TED whatsoever. And I got scammed by the organizer. So the upside is that my talk worked. The audience really liked it, had great participation. wound up gaining a client, but it hurt my reputation in terms of my friends because I felt like the camel's rear end over that. And what I realized is I need to do better due diligence so that this kind of thing doesn't happen again. There's no guarantee, even if I do due diligence, that I won't get scammed again. But this one really hurt because I thought my ship had come in with the whole TEDx thing. And then I find out I've been set back many months because of waiting for this. And then I show up the night before the venue, and one of the co-organizers informed me, oh, she should never have told you it was a TED event. And essentially what she did is she stole all the TED branding to use to sell tickets, but she had no connection to the organization at all. And every time I asked her about it, oh, yes, it's a real TED event. We're doing a real TED Talk, but we don't follow this format, blah, blah, blah. And she just flat out lied to me every time I talked to her. And it really hurt a lot. So that's
do your research. No kidding. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I looked a little bit deeper, I would have realized that it was a scam. But there were a lot of things that kept me off balance, such as fake tickets that said TEDx talks on them, all this sort of stuff. You know, it was really deceitful. It was stupid too because she only made a few $100 from the event. It was incredibly stupid. And now for her trouble, I've sent a message to TED letting them know about it. We'll see what happens, if anything. But that was my major learning as of late. Like I said, I really hurt.
So, yeah, I saw your, I think it was a LinkedIn post, was it? I saw where you described that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, what that was about is I wasn't going to do anything at all, but I made an initial post on my timeline on Facebook. But a whole bunch of my friends from social media, some of whom I know personally, reached out to me and said, hey, you need to write this. You need to post it. You need to warn others. You need to be a whistleblower. And God, I hate being a whistleblower because I've done it before. But it was necessary.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we all learn from our big mistakes, though, Nathan. So
that was a doozy.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm sure. Yeah. So Bill, you were waving.
I was waving goodbye to Nancy.
Oh, did she? Oh, I lost that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
She had to go.
Yeah, I see that. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. It's the way I have my screen set up. I don't see everybody that's in the room at the same time. I have to move back and forth. So, but we are well over our time, so I understand that. We all have obligations and things we need to do. So, I'm wondering if anybody has any parting shots that they would like to share. And of course, you all got the message that we will resume in, I think it's January 8th. So I want to wish everyone a pleasant holiday and time away from business enough to recharge yourself, which I plan on doing, I'm sure, and I hope that you all are able to do the same. Not that you ever stop thinking about your business, because when you're a solopreneur, you never do stop thinking about it. But we do need a break sometimes. So, any parting shots from anyone?
Yeah. Well, I've always had the philosophy of, since the internet doesn't take a day off.
Right.
Yeah. With that in mind, I'll be working over the holiday.
Yeah, so will I.
I'm working.
Like I never get a day off.
Sounds like Christmas morning show is back on now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I actually enjoy working over the holidays because it allows me to recharge and be creative.
That's exactly it. If you don't sort of take a break and get that recharge, your creativity goes down. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also why I do things that I like to do or love to do, because I work so much. I don't want to do something that I hate because it'll drive me crazy.
Right. Right.
That's why I work all the time.
Because it drives you crazy?
No, because I love it.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I love doing all of this as well. But
So, Bill, where are you these days?
Where am I? I am in
Yes.
Ontario, Canada.
Okay.
right on. All right, so we are just past the quarter hour. So I just want to remind everyone it's important to do what you love with passion. And this time I'm not going to say see you next week. I'm going to say see you in January. So best wishes, seasonal wishes to everyone. So we are that's interesting.